This is Bayernwald. It's an open-air museum close to Messines, part of the Messines Ridge, indeed part of the battles of 1917, June 1917. It was a strongly defended German position, and from here there were views to Ypres, and so therefore the Ypres Salient occupied the high ground over the Ypres Salient. You don't really feel it so much when you're driving around, but when you actually get you see a map, then it becomes much clearer. And here there's a three-dimensional map. What I want to do here though is to show you what the German bunkers looked like, and here's like a cutaway. Now this has been rebuilt as per what the archaeological evidence tends to suggest. So you've got got the wood, the floors down here. This is on top of an A-frame, and it's very slippy. Obviously these are communications trenches to a large extent, but here we have the bunker. Now the bunkers were built from these prefabricated, don't really quite know what to call it. Are they bricks? And like this. And one thing about the German bunkers is that an order was given that the bunkers shouldn't be too comfortable and should maintain, for the German soldier, the idea that he's got to go over the attack. He's got to be attacking the British position. So therefore the bunkers themselves could be no more than 1.20 meter in height. So that was enough to shelter from bombardment, but at the same time it was deemed not to be too comfortable. Now you can imagine those trying to get into something like this. You're carrying a pack and you're carrying your weapon and all the rest of it. It's not really particularly convenient. Now I can understand if that's all that was permitted because of water levels, but the idea there, probably done by some officer who'd never been at the front at all, just doesn't make any sense. Of course you can, it's quicker to build something that's 1.20 meter in height rather than 1.90 meter, which probably would have been something far more suitable. In here, that was meant to be a shelter for 5 people. They have others here which are more complete than this one. So this is part, as far as I'm concerned, part of a tour that I'm doing around the Messines and Ypres battlefields, something I started off at the beginning of January. Here I can show you a little bit more of what this itself looks like. Now when I got here, I was only one here. In fact, I was only one here for nearly an hour. Now I've got a school group, otherwise I'd have taken you around and shown you the whole thing on a full tour, but I thought I'd better have a look and make sure I've understood what was going on first. Now, one of the very important things about the battlefield here was the mines and counter mines. Indeed, the Battle of Messines Ridge is one where on the 7th of June 1917 huge amounts of explosives were set off in mines to they couldn't attack over successfully without a lot of loss of life, couldn't attack, so therefore they had to attack under, so to speak. And now the mines were a feature of the First World War, as from even on the Eastern Front they were used as early as 1915. Battle of Bayernwald, for example, I've actually filmed locations where there were German mines under the Russian positions. That was the place where poison gas was used for the first time. If I remember, I'll leave you a link to what I've actually done there. Here we've got what's meant to be a recreation of an entrance to a German counter mine. So this is a mine that's being used to actually seek out other mines in the area. Unfortunately it's full of water now, which in the circumstances is not really a surprise, but here we've got demonstration. There's a photograph and you can see people, miners, going down in the photographs here, and indeed the depth. And here, looking at that straight down like that, with ladders. And what's actually all the time, they've got the shaft down here, and these shafts could be, say, 30 meters or so below ground level, or even more at times. Huge amount of work to actually build these structures. And so this here was actually reinstated as a museum. Anyway, good. There you have it. Thanks for watching. All the best. Bye for now.